Catting with Zach. That's the sequence we're starting. This is Catting with Zach. We're gonna do some design work. I'm gonna explain some stuff, and then we're gonna, hop into it. So what we're making today is a trailer mount for my Ronin M, as you can see here. Generally, when I am doing my rollers or my chase shots with the car, I am either sitting on the back of a car, hanging out a window, or something extremely dangerous. What I want to do is make a system that I can sit inside the car and control wirelessly and actually view what I'm doing as well. Looking at the main parts, we have the Ronin M that stabilizes the actual X and Y, so this is the roll and tilt, but when we mount this rigidly just to the car and just maybe stick a steel bar into the back of the trailer hitch, the main problem is going to be the vibration of the road, of the tires, just basically the whole car translating into the gimbal system. So that's why I purchased this. Basically, it acts as a giant spring. And what this does is it takes out the Z movement, or just the vibration of the car and the contact of the road. For the parts that we're going to be designing, that is the coupling between this and the car itself. The program we're going to be using is Fusion 360. This is, if you're using it for personal use and just simple stuff like that, you can actually get a free license, which I'm using because this is something personal. I'm not selling any of this. This is just something I'm designing and then fabricating myself. So this is just going to be a time lapse of a screen recording of me catting this, and then we're going to talk about how we're actually going to fabricate it and then just move into making it. Now we're looking at the final design of what I've come up with. So this main part connects to the trailer, and then it's held in by a locating pin. And then also I'm gonna have a trailer mount stabilizer that's gonna clamp this all together so it's not rattling inside the trailer hitch. And then this is coupled to this bracket that can go into two different positions. So looking on the upright portion of it, it has mounting holes that are just going to be nuts and bolts. And then these are spaced 3 inches apart. I just chosen 3 inches because I thought it was the best. And then this is connected to this part here, which is going to be welded at a 45-degree angle. And then this has the mounting holes that I measured off of the base of this as well. So here there's lots of mounting options, and what I chose to mount off is these 2 holes as well as these 2 holes, which gives me 4 holes, which is more than enough. I'm going to be making one out of this 2-inch square tubing, and then one out of the 1.25 inch square tubing. And guess we're just going to cut to that. Okay, so I have my cut list for my CAD drawing. This is just going to help me keep track of everything as I'm going along in the project. I have some 2-inch by 2-inch box square tubing, as well as some 1.25 by 1.25 inch. And then we have our stabilizer that we are going to be using as well to mount this all together. So these are all the parts. Let's get to building. So just to recap what's been done, that I cut all these at 45 degrees, and so these are going to be the mating pieces. This is an example of one of the trailer hitch mounts. And then I also drilled the holes for the mounting between the 2 pieces that are going to help hold the gimbal as well. So yeah, what we're going to do now is we're going to clamp these up at how they're supposed to be, and then we're going to get to welding. This is it. This is the entire system. I have the Ronin M and the trailer mount here, and then I have my ground station here. I don't have the camera on it because it's recording, but I'll probably show some cell phone footage of the entire system working together. But just as a brief overview, this is the Ronin M attached to the isolation plate, and then on this plate I have a video transmitter that connects to the camera via HDMI, and then that transmits the signal wirelessly to this unit here, which is the receiver. And then on this end, I have the receiver connected to this monitor via an HDMI as well. Then I can actually monitor what the camera sees. And to control the camera, I have a phone mounted here, which would connect via Wi-Fi. And then I can control the start and stop, which is the most important, but also aperture, ISO, as well as white balance. Another thing I wanted to add is wireless control. So this is a small thumb controller that came with the Ronin when I purchased it. So this connects via Bluetooth to the Ronin, and then I can control the pan as well as the tilt. So that's the entire system. Just to show you some test footage, I took it around an industrial area. The roads were pretty rough, so there were a lot of bumps in it. So looking at the footage, you can see the bumps in the footage, but adding a small warp stabilizer to this, I only put it at 5%, takes the bumps out completely. So I would call this project a complete success. So if you made it this far in the video, thanks for watching. I just want to document the process of making this to make my life easier during these shoots. If you'd like to see more of these videos where I actually physically building something and I go through the whole design process and also the fabrication, please let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.